Hi. Oh, girl. When I tell you that I've been feeling the energy of this title, I don't know what my hair is doing today. It's lucky that it made it this far in the day without me cutting it off. When you're like in a certain part of your cycle and you put your hair up 14 different times and nothing looks or feels right, and you're like, I guess today is the day that I cut all my hair off again. This is like, what, like, I don't know, less than 4 years grown out from a shaved head situation. So that's where we're at. The hair is honestly like truly representative of the vibe of the moment right now. So I guess it's kind of perfect. All right. So I've got a lot to say. I haven't been able to make a video in a little bit because everything's been very busy. Everything has been very overwhelming. Beautiful things, stressful things, scary things, the whole spectrum of the experience has been very present right now, and there's a lot to say. This month has not been for the weak, as I've said. I need to throw my hair away, not to brag. This month has not been for the weak. We kicked it off with the Scorpio full moon. Thank you for liking the video. Welcome. Oh wait, I didn't even tell you what we have. So crazy of me. We have our kofif in the Serenity Prayer mug. Quite necessary. Grab a cozy beverage. I hope that bug is on the outside of my window. We have our zinnies. We have our vase. We have some water because we need to stay hydrated out in these streets, okay? Honey, girl, we have our stuff. So get your stuff, get your nice little beverage, and we're going to get settled in and we're going to talk about it because there's so much to talk about. I haven't been able to make a video in a while because life has been lifing. It's been lifing real hard in beautiful ways and scary ways and annoying ways, every way. My life has been lifing now in every way, and I know you're feeling it too because literally this month kicked off with the Scorpio full moon. Okay? The hair is going to get cut off today. All right? I'm going to be bold the next time you see me. All right? I'm going to, and it like mirrors your video when you're on live. So I can't even tell what I look like right now. Ooh, girl, this month has been not even joking with us. Everyone who's here, do me a huge favor and like the video so it circulates, please. Because, we got a lot to say. I don't care. My hair is going to get cut off later. The next time you see me, I'm going to be bald. Thank you so much for liking the video. I got a lot to say. We kicked off May with the Scorpio full moon. That was beautiful. It was revealing. It was... Thank you. I appreciate that. The Scorpio full moon, like, in no uncertain terms, opened up an obnoxious Pandora's box in the universe. And like, nothing has been the same since May 1st. I keep saying to my one friend, like, I've had this sensation physically that lightning bolts have been bouncing around in my body since May 1st. Like, it's been hard to sit still. This is going to be a long video because we're 5 minutes in and I haven't even gotten into anything, but that's the vibe right now. Like, that is absolutely the vibe. 111 on the clock. It's like some kind of trickster spirit took over on May 1st. And it's very worth mentioning that this month, and whenever you find this video is when it's meant for you, but May of 2026 has not been a joke. And even if you find this in the future, you're probably going to be able to look back on May 2026 and see the advent of certain things that are happening in your life, because it just feels so big and so wide ranging, the effects of this month. So I'm sure that whenever you find this video, you're going to be able to look back at the Scorpio full moon and all of the astrological events and all of your life events and things that are happening in May of 2026 and make some kind of connection to what's happening in your life now, because this feels so epic and so important. So May of 2026 is a full moon sandwich, a perfect full moon sandwich. May 1st is the Scorpio full moon. May 31st is the Sagittarius full moon. So literally so rare. Everything that happens in between May 1st and May 31st is full moon to full moon. Wild. Just off the bat, just to get that out there. So I have a lot of notes. A lot of stuff has been popping up this morning about this month and what it means. So I feel like, in a way, God, my hair is bothering me so bad, dude. I tried to put it up 1,000 times today and it just kept falling out and flopping and little pieces touching my neck in the wrong way. And like, I'm really just trying to stay calm about it, but it's really hard for me not to focus on them, to be honest with you. Bigger things to focus on, I suppose. But it's representative. Everything is a message. Everything is part of it, right? So I feel like, let's get into it. 7:58 is when we're beginning. Very much the vibe. I feel like this month, starting with the Scorpio full moon, we've been sent to spiritual grad school, where it's like, oh, if there are things that you've been avoiding in yourself, if there are things that you've been avoiding in your experience, this month has shoved them right into your face, has shoved your consciousness right into awareness of all of the things that have been hidden under the surface, because that's what Scorpio energy does, right? Scorpio energy is all about death and rebirth. And when you hear words like death and rebirth, that doesn't sound like a cashmere sweater, does it? It sounds like death and rebirth. That's not going to be a soft, gentle, cushiony experience. However, we have to really remember that energy of rebirth, because the death part is painful. The rebirth part is painful, sure, but like, there is such an immense intensity to this moment that, spiritual grad school, where it's like, oh, wow, if we don't figure out how to alchemize this energy, I feel like there could be a lot of people out here in the world right now going through a complete mental breakdown. Because damn, like I consider myself a pretty head screwed on straight person at this point in my life. I've been on a very deep healing journey for a lot of years now, and it's been hard for me to work with this energy. Not trying to say I'm like some kind of guru or something, but like the amount of grounding and spiritual tools and like things that I've gathered over my experience is not a joke at this point. And this energy has really been challenging me. And I'm sure if you're attracted to my videos, you too are far along on this journey, right? So I say this with all the love and compassion and softness and kindness and understanding available to me, but it's like, I'm sure that if this energy is hard for us to work with, there are probably some people like really, really, really losing their stuff right now. Because damn, I've been really losing my stuff. Like yesterday, I kind of reached a breaking point with all this stuff where I was like, okay, I'm canceling all my plans with people for the next few days. I need to lock myself in my apartment and fill my cup in any way that I can, where it's like, no, it's not the time for me to be hanging out with anyone. Like, it's not the time for me to be making plans right now. Not to mention that it's like the most challenging part of my cycle right now. So it's like, I've been spreading myself way too thin lately, and it's time for that to stop. Like the state that I saw myself in last night was a major sign. Yeah, we need to honor our cycle. And usually I do. Like usually I'm like, okay, when I'm in Ludio, I will not make plans. I will not hang out with people. I won't go anywhere. I just make extra time for rest, make extra time for hermit mode, like you said. And just like slow everything down to sync my life with my cycle. But this month, I've definitely overextended myself and not given my cycle the honor that it deserves, which brings me to my next point is that I wrote, you need to honor yourself right now. And it's funny, everything is a message. When I was writing honor, it typoed an autocorrect, or it typoed to hone. So there's something we need to hone in on right now. Hone in on what feels right and what doesn't. Because your intuition will never lie to you. Your head, your brain will twist things. The intuition will not. It's very simple. It's more simple than we make it sometimes. So go with what feels right now. A lot of these messages are very simple and very obvious, but it's like stuff that is worth bringing into our conscious remembrance right now. Go with what feels right. Don't do or engage with what doesn't feel right now. You're being asked to surrender to flow and ease and simplicity. She's here, and I knew she'd be here. And you type simplicity as soon as I say simplicity. Like, girl, I'm so happy you're here. And like, of course, we say the same word at the same time. Rachel, everybody, watch her videos, Mystical Fairy Coaching. Give her a subscribe and watch all her videos and blow her up right now. Yeah, so you're being asked to surrender to flow and ease and simplicity right now. And this is not my message, but like I've heard it from Ram Dass, I've heard it from a couple different people. So this is not my message, but it's something pertinent to bring up right now, is that like, and I still am learning how to do this and what exactly this means and looks like in practice. But I've heard it said that like, if surrendering feels like effort, you're not surrendering. If letting go feels like effort, you're not doing it right. Like, that's me paraphrasing into my own words what I've heard. What, like, that comes into my consciousness so much when I'm like trying to surrender. Still working on that for myself, but anything that feels too complicated right now is telling you that it's not supposed to be. Yes, give her a subscribe and likes and listens, because her message is extremely powerful. That's my girl. Anything that feels too complicated right now is telling you that it's not supposed to be part of your experience. And irritability, or for that matter, anything you're feeling, is always, always very important information. But especially right now, like, anything that makes you feel irritable, or like if you're feeling ashamed of feeling irritable, or like jumping in to try to change the way you feel, or like try to snuff out any irritability or bad feelings that you're having, you're depriving yourself of the message that these feelings are sending you. So like, of course, it's natural and it's human for us to want to change bad feelings that we're having. But I think that we are missing out on the opportunity for the growth and the development and the information that irritability or that annoyance or exhaustion is trying to get through to us. If you're in here, please like the video so it circulates. I have a feeling that a lot of people need to hear some of this stuff right now. Your irritability is trying to tell you something. It's telling you to make room in your life. It's telling you that you need more rest, more alone time, whatever it is. Certain things need your attention right now that you might not be giving your attention to. Everything we feel is potent information about what our soul is calling for. Is it calling for rest, alone time, paying attention to our goals, paying attention, taking care of things that don't belong? So instead of immediately hopping in and trying to fix what you're feeling, ask yourself what you need. Ask your inner child what you need. Ask yourself what that feeling is asking of you, and make it your priority to address that and listen to yourself. Because I feel like there's a lot of things grabbing for our attention right now, but we have to be discerning and prioritizing about what's getting our time and energy and attention right now. And if that means prioritizing even the self-care that we do, that's been a huge thing for me, like especially in the past week, where it's like, God, I only have time to either go to the gym or meditate right now. What is my priority? I have to meditate. The gym is not going anywhere. I need grounding. You see what I'm saying? So prioritizing, listen to yourself. There's a message around, like, I feel like running yourself ragged popped into my consciousness while I was making notes for this video and things were pouring out. I feel like this month and all of the things that have been awoken and like stirred up and happening this month, it's not all bad, not even by a long stretch. Like, a lot of what May has brought and stirred up so far has been beautiful and life-giving and lovely, and there's a lot of the full spectrum, you know, like really good stuff and really bad stuff. But I feel like I'm reaching a point with this month and with this energy where I'm like skinless. Like, my skin has been exfoliated off at this point with the good stuff and the bad stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I need a break. Like, I need a break from the good stuff and the bad stuff right now. Like, don't talk to me. Like, even the people who are most precious to me in this world, I'm like, hun, I can't see you right now. I just can't. I just won't. Because myself is like dying for my attention right now. Myself is dying for quiet right now. It's so funny. I hoped that I would hop on live while it was still happening. You see this light behind me that's making all these like northern light type of things? It's Bluetooth, right? And there has been somebody connecting to my Bluetooth, and there was somebody playing. Now, this has got to be a message for somebody, because this is what was happening. There was somebody playing. She seems to have the physical touch. She only tears you apart. Like, I gotta look up the meaning. I gotta look up the lyrics to that song. What is that? I always get Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins mixed up. What is that? Physical touching? She seems to have the physical. Invisible touch? Okay. Weren't Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel both in this song? So read, she seems to have an invisible touch. She reaches it and grabs back holding your heart. Yeah, so somebody was connecting to my Bluetooth light and playing that song, and it kind of freaks me out when that happens. But as I was about to get on live, somebody kept connecting and disconnecting from my Bluetooth, John, and playing this song. So please read the lyrics to this song. She seems to have an invisible touch. She reaches in and grabs right hold of your heart, takes control and slowly tears you apart. She crawls under your skin. You're never quite the same. And now I know. She's got something you just can't trust, and it's something mysterious, and now it seems I'm falling for her. LOL. LOL. IYKYK. Yeah. I think Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel were both in Genesis at some point, right? I get them confused with each other all the time. Yeah, if you know, you know. So that song is a message for someone, clearly, because some random person was connecting to my Bluetooth in my apartment where I live alone, and that would freak me out. I don't know. I've had these Bluetooth lights for a few years, and every once in a while that'll happen. One time somebody connected to it and was like talking. It was like somebody's actual voice talking through my Bluetooth, John, and it scared the shit out of me. So that song is a message for somebody. It's a message for me too. So we're running ourselves ragged. So that's got to be taken care of. And there's a message around rebuilding. Rebuilding was coming into my consciousness for myself this morning. So there's a lot of tentacles of this word rebuilding, and we're going to talk about it. Try not to feel like everything needs to be resolved in one day, first of all. Yes, miracles happen immediately. Yes, miracles happen shockingly and out of nowhere and surprisingly. If you're in here, please like the video. But there's a piece by piece energy right now. And I feel like if you keep trying and forcing and uphill battling for things to be taken care of all at once, you're going to keep running yourself ragged and you're going to keep running into blocks. And something coming through right now is that like everything that's going on right now that feels overwhelming is not meant to be taken care of all in one shot. It's not meant to be taken care of all in one swoop. Yes, miracles will show up immediately, of course. However, there is more subtlety to what's going on right now. There's more nuance. There's more, like we said earlier, there's more to be extracted from all this energy that would be lost if you tried to throw a blanket over everything that's going on right now and clean it all up in one shot. You see what I'm saying? There's lessons to be learned. There's karmic things unfolding where it's like, if this all just took care of itself in one fell swoop, maybe you wouldn't get the juice from it all that it's asking of you. However, there's also a distinct possibility that once you take in all of what is being shown to you and taught to you right now and take in the lessons and the juice of everything, that it all does take care of itself in one fell swoop. Just something that's possible. About this word rebuilding, remember that you're not rebuilding from scratch. You may feel that way, and you may feel like you've fallen off, but there's no such thing. That's not even possible. You're not the same person you were when things started feeling chaotic. You're not the same person that you were on May 1st at the Scorpio full moon 28 days ago. You know how they say you can never stand in the same river twice? It's the same way with ourselves. I'm not the same person I was when this video started. I'm the person who is sitting here at 1:34 p.m. on May 28th. That was me 28 minutes ago. You see? So stop telling yourself that you're starting over from scratch. And this is a message for me too, where it's like ever since like late February, I've been doing so much good stuff to like quantum leap, and all these quantum leaps have been happening, and all these new self-care things have been folded in, and all these beautiful evolutions have been happening for the last few months, and obviously the last many years. But it's like a lot of stuff really started proliferating in late February. And lately I've kind of been like panicking a little bit because life has been so busy and so chaotic since the beginning of May, where I've been like, oh shit, like I've fallen off of a couple of these things, or like I haven't had, for the first time in like a million years, I didn't have time to meditate yesterday, and that really threw me off So I was like, oh God, I've fallen off. No. We haven't fallen off. We are not rebuilding from the bottom up. You are building from where you've evolved to this point. Talk about a quantum leap. I feel like May 1st, Scorpio full moon, was the foot of God kicking you on your back off the cliff, as in the Fool card. It was not your choice. I'm sure that some choices have been made since the beginning of May, but I feel like Fool card vibes, leaps of faith have been made for you. Leaps of faith have been thrust upon you where it's like God has taken his foot and shoved you off the cliff, ready or not. So remember, I need to freshen my zinni. It's not possible for you to fall off. Oh yeah, Sean, it could be. You know, like we talked about last time, Sean, you know, like maybe you were put in the hospital and like forced to take some rest for a divine purpose. Maybe there were some things that were asking for your attention and you were keeping yourself really busy and not slowing down enough to receive certain messages. It's not, you know. And like I said last time, please understand that I'm not talking about hospital stuff from a point of no experience. I'm a person with a chronic illness, you know, yeah, who winds up in the hospital when it gets bad. And everything is a message, everything is divine guidance. So like sometimes every time when my disease is acting up, I have to take that as a message. Something in my body, something in my experience is asking for my attention, whether it's about my diet, how stressed I'm allowing myself to get. Everything is a message. So yeah, you never stand in the same river twice. And you're not, listening to the body. That's a huge, huge message right now. You never stand in the same river twice, and you never stand in the same self twice. You are the today version of yourself with all the growth and learning you've done since things started feeling crazy. And now you're seeing with those new eyes what is out of alignment and how to get yourself into alignment now. Not again. Because remember, we're not starting from ground zero. We're starting again from where we're at. We're starting anew from where we're at. So that's all a message for somebody. Because I see a potential for a lot of like self-flagellation right now, where it's like, God, I was doing so good, and now all this stuff happened and I'm thrown off and I'm not doing the good things and I'm not doing things right. It's all part of it. And anything that you feel like you've been doing wrong is a message. Anything that you've been doing that's feeling out of alignment is a message. It's nothing but a message. Anything that you've been feeling that feels bad is a message. It's all just really potent information for you to find your way back into alignment where you stand today. So that goes back to alone time. Giving yourself the time and space and quiet to even feel and know what's going on, to even feel and know and let that information in about what's out of alignment. You see? There's a very important message about slowing things down. Now is not really the time, and you have to have discernment about your own experience, but like now doesn't really feel like a whole lot of action, you know? I think there is and it's funny because we're barreling towards the Sagittarius full moon now, which, Channy says is going to be really lovely and supportive. But like Sagittarius energy is also, not the calmest energy either. It's fun and it's light and it's childlike. And I think that there's, yes, exactly. I love Sagittarius energy. There's a lot of lightness and fun and childlikeness to Sagittarius energy. And I think it will be a very welcome, very necessary, like lightening of the things that have been going on. I think it's going to be a very needed injection of fun and lightness. But yeah, exactly. Like as all this information and all these potent messages are coming through, it's absolutely a time to let them land. You know what I mean? Let the messages land. Give it time to sit with you and talk to yourself. Write. Free write. Yesterday I pulled out a piece of paper and just got really down and dirty with like what's going on, what needs my attention, what's asking for my attention. And just like, because I find that when I write in my notebook, I try to make everything very polished and clear and clean. But I just had to take a blank piece of paper yesterday and just write out what's going on. What am I not happy with right now? What do I need to figure out? And just in a really dirty, quick, and like nasty way, what's going on? Because when I tried to do that in my notebook, I was like overthinking it and trying to make everything look polished and nice and like manageable. If things feel unmanageable, let them be that. It's all information. Trying to manage this crap too much, again, is depriving you of something. You see? Okay. There's a couple more messages that I want to get out. You have people you can lean on, but there is something about quiet coming through. Like maybe the people around you are going quiet or blocked from you in some way. Or like whenever you feel the impulse to reach out to someone for support, something stops you, like this just doesn't feel right. I don't want to be a burden, or like they're busy, or like someone's in town and you want to get together for coffee, but like something just keeps not lining up. There is hermit mode, like you mentioned earlier. There's a purpose to that. There's a purpose that the beautiful, wonderful people you've cultivated in your life are, for one reason or another, not available to you right now. Or that alone time is being called of you right now. There's an element of being forced to stand on your own feet and listen to things in solitude, because if you were meant to lean on people right now, and of course, if you need that, you need that, and God bless and do it. But like, if you were supposed to lean on people right now, it would be easy. They would be around. Things would be in alignment. It would feel right to go get coffee with that person. It would feel right to lean on that person. Communication would not be blocked, you see? Oh, ooh, okay. Uncertainty is certainty. Uncertainty is certainty that something doesn't belong in your experience right now. If something feels unclear, that is a clear message. You see? Confusion is a certainty. Anything that is not an emphatic hell yeah is a big hell no right now. That's for somebody. I put this in all caps. And this is a paraphrasing of a message that I received from somewhere the other day. I don't know if it was like a YouTube video or something. But this is put into my own words. I put this in caps in my notes. Nothing is to be acquired or sought after right now. I think we get lost in the manifestation journey sometimes, thinking that we need to get something or push for something or work harder for something or change something about our experience in order to acquire things or seek after certain things. Nothing is to be sought after or acquired right now. The inner work is what brings you everything you want. The psychedelic work, the therapy work, the EMDR, the healing, the alone time, the crying, the acceptance, the shadow work, the down and dirty, disgusting inner work that has been begging of you to address is what brings you what you're looking for. Not adding more tasks to your to-do list right now. Not buying certain things, not striving and working your fingers to the bone for more money, not taking on a second 3D world job. You see what I'm saying? Like 40 hours a week of shadow work is going to bring you so much more abundance than 40 hours of working for the man. You see? And I know that that's, like a potentially sounding ignorant thing to say, where it's like, yeah, just call off from work all week and spend time doing shadow work instead as your rent goes unpaid. But I think the message of what I'm saying here is going to get across, where it's like, you don't need, like, work your job if you need that to pay your bills, but like taking on a second job or like adding more shifts when you're already like totally depleted is not what's going to bring you the things that you're searching for right now. Becoming the things that you want to see in the world is what's going to bring you what you're looking for. The more healed we become, the more easily and magnetically we attract the things that we're looking for. You see? Does that make sense? Striving is not the vibe right now. Yeah. And I already said this earlier. Yeah. Because it's like, it's peace is more magnetic to the things that you desire than hard work. Grounding and like it's this works for men too, because and non-binary people, we all have feminine energy, but it's like that energy where a woman learns how to be in her feminine energy instead of like forcing herself to be in masculine energy, and things just get magnetized to you instead of you having to be out of your nature and doing too much, which actually repels the things that we want. I think I've said enough on that. And I already said, if letting go feels like effort, you're not letting go. Still figuring that one out for myself. One last message. I got a mammogram recently, and there was a beautiful experience where it was me and a bunch of other women sitting in the waiting room with our little hospital gowns on. And after like some silence, and the room was really silent, we all just like started having this beautiful conversation with each other. And this woman in her 60s, probably, at one point locked eyes with me and said this just to me. She said a bunch of other things, but I'm just going to get this one message across. She locked eyes with me because I was the youngest person in the room at the time. And she said, among other things, do you, because they're always going to do them. Do you, because they're always going to do them. So listen to the elders. They didn't get to their age being fucking stupid. Oh, it's a lot. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's like really take care of ourselves right now. This is a lot. This is a lot. And honestly, to be really honest with you, it doesn't feel like it's going to let up anytime soon. So hydrate yourself, feed yourself healthy foods, breathe, come back to the breath, come back to the breath, come back to the breath, rest, fill your cup, do whatever you need to get your head screwed on straight and prioritize yourself. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you all so much. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate that. Flow state indeed. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Relaxment. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about playing my synth on a video soon. I have no idea what I'm doing yet, but it makes really cool sounds. Maybe that's a way I'll fill my cup this weekend, playing some synth. All right, my dears, let's take really good care of ourselves and lean into the quiet and like hermit mode being asked of us in all the ways that we can. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.